I'm going to take off 2 screws. 1 and 2. Now we're going to pull out our front turn signal with this screw and this screw. I'm going to go ahead and pull that light out. I'm going to go ahead and pull out 4 screws, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, for the headlight to pull that out. Now with the headlight out, you can see that there are 2 connections, yellow and red. The yellow are for the turn signals, the red are for the driving lights. At this point, I've now opened up the hood and I turned on the driving lights. I didn't turn on the headlights, I turned on the driving lights so I can test to find which lead will give me the signal for the driving light. What I've done is taken the other lead, or the other wire that comes with the kit, fed it through. So I'm going to use the round pigtail connector to hook up to the back of the headlight. And I'm going to use the other end and find my lead coming off the driving lights. On my Jeep, I've established that the center wire on the far left light is going to be my lead. It's my driving light. It's not on right now just because I shut the switch off. But basically, there are 3 wires, and on my ear, which is a 98, this middle one is going to be the one I tap for my lead. So what I'm going to do is go up a few inches. Go for a few inches, expose the wire, and then run a T-tap, one of these, in line so I don't have to cut the wiring. I'm not a big fan of cutting factory wiring. And then pull my lead for the headlight off this. Now at this point, I've connected the round metal pigtail to the red feed into the headlight. I'm going to pull this weathering cover over. And what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to throw a quick layer of electrical tape over that to add additional protection. Got my connector at the headlight plug all wrapped up. I cut the wire to the length I want. In fact, I might actually trim it down a little bit more. I don't want too much wire hanging out. So what I'm going to do now is cut the wire to the more appropriate length. Take my feed here, which is what I have. I'm going to apply the T-tap. Alright, so this is where the guides are built in. If you see this little plug at the top here, right where my thumb is, that is for the wire that you're connecting to the factory wiring, or the one that's going to the headlight, because that's where the wire is going to stop. The other side has a pass-through, so the wire can completely go through without being clipped, crimped, blocked, or anyway. This is the side here you want to run the factory wiring through. This is the side that you want to run the wire you're hooking up to the headlight. And what it's going to do is these little teeth here are going to cinch through the shielding on the wire and provide a contact without cutting. I'm going to show you how I do that. I have the wire run now. It's not crimped yet. I'm going to run it one at a time. So what I'm going to do is fold this side over like this, just like that. And what I'm going to do is grab a pair of channel locks or a big pair of pliers and crimp this down as hard as I can without destroying the tap. Now I got that one side, now I got the factory side crimped and closed. I'm going to go ahead, run this wire roughly to right up to that gate there built into the tap. roll that over and crimp this as well. All crimped up. Now the next thing I'm about to do is just test to make sure the connections are good. If the connections are good, I'm going to go ahead, tape this up, tape up the rest of the wires, clean up the install, and maybe clean up my previous one. That was done hastily. So while I'm in, I'll just clean this all up, make it look nice, and then I can start reassembling. The driving lights are working. I'm going to cycle them on and off a couple times just to ensure that the connection is good, and then I'll go ahead and finish up the wiring. Alright, the wire is all cleaned up and ready to get reinstalled. Reinstall the driving light, and next will be the headlight. With the headlight back in, go ahead and put that panel back in. 1, 2,